Speaking of taxes, Washington's looking for any way to raise revenue right now, and many say it's time to get rid of the tax deduction for charitable giving. So is it a good idea, or is it going to hurt charities?
Yeah.
Gerri Willis is here to weigh in, and then I'm going to weigh in, too.
I want to hear what you have to say. But look, here's what I think. I'll just tell you up front. We had a bunch of people on from charitable organizations all over the country, including the United Way. And when you drill into this, what you find from these charitable organizations is that the deduction goes away, particularly for wealthy people. 76% of their contributions comes right through that charitable donation, gets that deduction. This would be a real sting. And here's what people aren't thinking about with this. What they're not thinking about is, if the Red Cross isn't there with all the money they typically have, if the United Way isn't there with all the money they typically, who is going to pay? Who's going to pony up the money for the many good works they do all over the country? Do you think the rich are going to get stung if charitable deductions go away? No way. Poor people are going to get stung, but they're not going to get the money that would otherwise be given.
See, I totally agree, because I think at the end of the day, we are a fine philanthropic bunch. But when push comes to shove, it's dollars and cents. And I'll be the first person to tell you that the week before New Year's, I'm writing checks out, too. I mean, you're doing it for, lots of people do it for this deduction. Endowments are established for tax purposes. All that stuff will go away.
Now, what's interesting, I think, about this is you have the left saying that this deduction is for wealthy people. You have people on the far right, libertarians, who say this has got to go away, this makes no sense. So there's this interesting, folks at the extremes are saying we need to get rid of it. People in the middle, you know, including people who benefit from these charities, people who give to these charities, they're saying keep it in place. For God's sakes, keep it. Do you want government to take over these roles?
No.
Do you want it to be the responsibility of government to do all of this work?
Churches. What about all that? I mean, that all goes away.
I agree. I agree.
I think, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there's an argument.
You want that private hand in charity.
Of course you do.
You want private sector leading in charity. It's something they do well. It's something they're effective at. What's the track record of government when we look at, you know, the record of FEMA, other organizations? Not so hot.
Yeah, and you know what? There was tons of churches down in Jersey who got out there for Superstorm Sandy, so they need to continue to be reported.
From all over the country.
Right. Right. Ah, Gerri.
There you go. I feel better. I feel better.
Okay. We'll support tonight, 6 and 9 p.m. Eastern. Are you talking about this? I hope more, please.
We have been talking about this for a week.
You have. I was going to say,
well, actually, 2 weeks.
Yes, because you had the United Way people on.
Oh, yeah, look at you.
But when you were here, you did have that great interview with the United Way people.
We did a couple of segments on it. I'm very concerned about it. Very concerned, just as you are.
Yeah. Good.
All right, Gerri, thank you so much, and welcome back.